This is probably the best video for you if you're looking to start playing guitar, learning guitar. And first up, you've really got to know what kind of guitar would be best for you. So let's get started. I have 5 guitars with me today, some different types, just to explain a little bit about them. The one that I've got on my knee is a nylon string acoustic guitar, okay? This is what I'd recommend for you to learn to play. It's just a wooden guitar and it has 3 steel strings at the top here. And it also has 3 nylon strings at the top end here. And you'll find that this type of guitar is much easier on your hands to begin with. This one that I have here has all steel strings. I'll show you that one in a minute. But I'd recommend this guitar style of guitar for you to learn to play. And if you're younger, you can get a 3/4 size guitar, which is a little bit smaller and great if you're a little bit younger and you want to start playing at a young age, okay? And something that you might note about this guitar, if I play a chord, if we play a chord at the front end of the sound hole here, we get a nice rich deep tone, and if we play towards the back, we get more of a trebly, brighter sound. So that's something that you can learn as you go along, but you can get 2 different sounds out of the one guitar. Okay, so that's a nylon string acoustic guitar. I'll just put this one down and then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, the next guitar that we're looking at today is this steel string acoustic guitar. So this is called a dreadnought. It's often called a folk guitar. They don't really call them folk guitars anymore. But this is a steel string acoustic guitar. The first guitar that I showed you actually has a slightly wider neck. This guitar has a slightly slimmer neck. So this is a little bit more of a neck which is like an electric guitar, like these here. So in some ways a little bit easier to play because it has a thinner neck, but also it's a little bit harder to put your fingers on the strings because they're much closer together. However, this has all 6 steel strings, so it has a very bright sound. Okay, and again, all wooden body, okay. And with this one, let me just take this plectrum out of here. With this one, again, you can get a nice deep rich tone at the front end of the sound hole here. And if we just move back a little bit to the other end, we get that more trebly sound. And what I'm actually playing here is one of the first chords that you probably learn to play on a guitar. It doesn't matter what the names are, but this one is called E minor, and you just place 2 strings on the 2nd fret here. These are called the frets. 2 strings on the 5th string and the 4th string, and you've got your first chord. Second chord might be an A7, which is also 2 fingers. And I'll just demonstrate one more chord, a D chord. So with just 3 chords, if you're starting guitar, you can play a song. Okay, so that's one style of playing, and that's called strumming. You can also pick the chord out. Okay, so we could also play like this. So that's called picking it. And to get that nice bright sound, I'm using a little thing we call a guitar pick here, also known as a plectrum, and you can buy them in different sizes, different shapes. I like to have one that's called a heavy pick if you're looking to buy your first one. Okay, so that's a steel string acoustic guitar. So let's move on to the electric ones now. I would recommend playing an acoustic first. You can learn on an electric guitar. So we have three different types here. Okay, this is what we call a Les Paul style guitar. This guitar is famous for a very heavy rock sound or even metal sound. Here we have two pickups. There's two different styles of pickups that we can have. This guitar and that guitar over there has slimmer pickups. They're called single coil pickups. This one has what we call humbucker pickups, which is actually two single coil pickups together underneath that cover. Okay. Here we have the controls. Here we have volume knobs, two volume knobs for the two pickups and two tone controls. So you have a bit of tonal value you can change. And here we just have a switch to put the guitar onto the first pickup at the top. We put it in the middle, two pickups on together. And if we want, we can have the back pickup on just on its own. And the way that works is just like I showed you on the acoustic guitar. So if you have the front pickup on, you get a deeper, richer sound. And if you put it on the back pickup, you get a much more trebly sound. I won't be demonstrating that today. I'm just going to show you the various types. And on here we also have a scratch guard, which is just stop your guitar getting scratched. Okay. Here we have 6 tuners. So this is steel strung because it's an electric guitar. Being metal, that means the pickups can pick up the sound. So the style of this guitar is very much like a traditional guitar. It's solid wood because it's electric. It doesn't have to be a hollow body like the acoustic guitars. And here we have what's called a cutaway, so that when you're playing lead guitar, which often these guitars are used for, you can get really high up the neck. So if you want to play a scale here, you can get right up to the top of the neck here. So you can get right up to the top of the neck and play your lead as you need it. Okay, so that's a Les Paul style rock guitar, if you like. This one over here, this one is called a Telecaster, a Fender Telecaster. Okay, you'll see it has a slightly different head. The tuners are all in line, but again, a solid body guitar. Okay. What we do with these guitars, we put the strings are put on through the back of the guitar. They come through the front, and that's how we put the strings on the guitar. This one, again, like the Les Paul style guitar, this has 2 pickups, front pickup, back pickup. These are called single coil pickups. So this guitar is used for often playing country, because it has a very sharp country sound on the back pickup. But because it's got a pickup at the front as well, you can get some nice rich jazzy tones out of it as well. So all these guitars are very versatile. Okay, and here we have a pickup switch. So front pickup, middle pickup and back, and then the back pickup just on its own. We have a volume and a tone control which changes the sound of the pickup sound. This style of colour is called a sunburst because it goes from yellowy orange to a dark black. Okay, and we have the tuners just in a row at the end there. Okay, so that's the Telecaster style guitar, and this is the scratch plate just to stop the guitar getting scratched over many years. Hopefully you'll be playing for many years because you enjoy it so much like me. And this one is called a Fender Stratocaster style guitar. This has 3 pickups, so these 2 have 2 pickups. The Stratocaster has 3 pickups, okay? So you can get a good range of sounds with that. We have a selector switch here, which front, middle pickup, back pickup. The modern selectors, we can also have one in between. So we have a selector where we can have the 2 together and 2 together, okay? This one we have the volume control and 2 tone controls depending on which pickups we're using. This guitar also has an extra feature which we call a tremolo arm, or some people call it a whammy bar. And what we use that for, if I play a chord, we can get that little sort of sound. Okay, so that's a whammy bar, and you can adjust that at the back here. You can have it tighter or looser. This guitar, like the Telecaster, has what we call a maple neck. So the lighter colour neck, that's called a maple neck, and that's purely your choice what you like to play on. I like the lighter colour necks. This is a fully finished white guitar, obviously. And the other guitar, the Les Paul style guitar, which I didn't mention before, that has a rosewood. The darker necks are usually rosewood necks, okay? And they all contribute to the sound a little bit. The Fender Telecaster is very famous for what they call like a fat, rich tone, and also can be quite trebly, like the Telecaster style guitar here. Okay, so I hope that's helped you a little bit with what these guitars are all about, okay? The choice of electric guitars, purely your choice. I like the feel of the Fender Stratocaster because it balances quite nicely on your knee. The Les Paul rock style guitars tend to be a little bit heavier, okay? So that might be going forward. You might choose to play an electric guitar, but that's a little bit about those. So anyway, that's probably enough just for this introductory video, and I'll see you next time. If you are interested in learning to play guitar, I also have written a book which is full of nice illustrations as well. It takes you through the very first chords that you'd like to play, 2 or 3 chords just to get you started. Lots of pictures, lots of illustrations, and it even takes you through how to play a little bit of lead guitar as well if you're interested in that. So by all means, if you want to watch my tutorial videos, that's great. And if you have a look, I have a Facebook page called PM Guitar Tuition, and my book's available there. There's some videos about it. There's also a link on that page to where you can download the book. Okay, it is downloadable, so you can print out individual pages, print out the whole book, and just go through it step by step. And I hope that helps you too. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.